Brookelynn, thank you for coming in, visiting with us here at the break. You seem like a very outgoing person who loves to, first of all, play softball. Am I in the right? Am I in the right plane with that? Is that about right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that is me.
What's your major, and what do you want to do in the future with this kind of personality?
My major right now at North Central is a transfer degree. So I definitely want to go to a 4-year school after this. But I'm looking at like kinesiology and exercise science.
Okay. That's tough stuff. That's hard.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I've wanted to do that since I was in like 7th grade.
Where did that desire come from?
I don't know. I love like helping people. That's always been my thing. But like I also love being in sports. Like I've been around them my whole life, and it's where I feel the most comfortable. And I think just putting those two together, that's what.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of guessing you played a lot of sports in high school.
I did.
Why did you settle on softball?
I settled on softball because my main other one was basketball, but it like really took a toll on my body, my knees and my ankles. So I kind of had a realization at the end of junior year that like basketball wasn't really like in the long term going to be what's best for me, and I love softball just as much.
Right.
So that's why I personally felt like that's what I needed to do.
Right. What's your best personal skill in softball? I mean, what do you think you rank above every other skill you have right now?
I would just have to say like my level-headedness. I really try to be like as cool as a cucumber. Like I try not to like get like heated and stuff, and like just like really process like what is happening and how I need to adjust, and like how I can help others and like keep them up as well.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because right now your team's kind of going through a streak of a lot of errors.
Yeah.
So, excluding yourself, though, how are you trying to help other people overcome that?
It's just like it's acknowledging the fact that we're human and we're softball players, and like mistakes are gonna happen. And I mean, the coaches, they know that too. So it's more just like it's gonna happen, and hopefully it's happening now rather than later. And
I think that's a good point. Yeah.
And I really hope that that's the case, and I think it will be.
Right.
I think we'll figure it out. But just really like supporting and knowing that like we all have your back. It's okay. It's gonna happen. But like also like when you make those things, like it's gonna happen, but like try what you can like up at bat. Like
Right.
that's like my mindset is like, okay, I made this, I've got to get that back. I've got to produce something on offense.
You give this some thought, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, no,
Seriously.
I do. I'm really methodical in that way.
Okay. How about being a hitter? A bigger challenge at the college level, I'm assuming, but how big has the challenge been?
It's kind of interesting. It's definitely been difficult because you're going to see more pitches with a lot more movement than you do in high school. But honestly, like, I've really, like, thrived. I really love it. Like, I like knowing that, like, yes, it's different, but you can still hit that. Like, you have this foundation that, like, you've worked for. And, yeah, it's different, but, like, if you have the right mindset and you know that, like what the pitcher's throwing and you know in your mind, then I think it's not so different.
Right. Well, you've certainly had some success this year. What do you want to do as you move on? Do you want to continue to play softball, maybe at a 4-year?
I don't know yet. I'm not opposed to it in any sort of way. But after these 2 years, my main focus is going to be school.
Okay.
And getting that. So if it's not lining up with like the school, playing softball and getting that, then it's not something that I like have to have. I kind of be interested in seeing what my life is like after sports, but I'm not opposed to it by any means.
Yeah. Would you take a minute, tell us where you're from, and talk about your family for a little bit?
Yeah. So I'm from Warrensburg, Missouri. I live there with my mom, Shannon, my stepdad, Cody, and my brothers, Eli and Cy.
Okay.
And then in Florida, my dad and stepmom live, so
Okay.
Troy and Ashley. So my dad was in the military for like 24 years, I think. He's
Okay.
just now retired. That's where
Right.
they wanted to live. So I haven't like lived with them since like middle school.
Sure.
But they've been like all over. They were in Europe, they were in Louisiana. So we had so many like crazy cool travel opportunities. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like,
Right.
yeah, it sucks you don't see them all the time, but like we still talk, we FaceTime,
Right.
we do what we can, and they
Family.
they
It's
watch
still
when they
family.
can. Like,
Yeah.
it's just what we do. Like, and it's a pretty nice summer getaway and all
Right.
this. Like, I love it. They support me. All of my family is really,
Right.
they're awesome.
Finally, going to ask you a totally unfair question. Are you ready for that?
Okay.
How good can this team be?
This team can be really good. I know that, and I think we all know that, because we've shown multiple times how good we can be. Because usually when we do lose, like especially in these last couple of games, it's a problem that we make. It's not that like the other team is like completely demolishing us. It's just like slight changes that need to be made. So I genuinely think that we can finish this year strong, like moving forward here. And I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, that is Brookelynn Becker here at the break. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Absolutely.
And continued success this year.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more in a moment, including the Game 2 first pitch here in several moments, actually, here on Pirates Digital Media. Isn't she
you.
good? Yeah. I've got this theory. I think it's because of your